Hey, this is Chad with Cusp. Today we're talking a little bit about writing, especially getting started writing. There are a lot of impediments to beginning a book or an article or a blog post, anything that you might be trying to push out as far as creatively. Um, the thing I can tell you is that everybody who's gone through this, any author that has written, any longtime blog poster, they all say the same thing: just write. Don't worry about making it perfect. Don't worry about all the editing or the final draft that you need to get done. Just start writing. This is a great piece of advice for you today. If you want to be a writer, if this is something that you aspire to, just start writing. It doesn't matter what it's about. It doesn't matter how good it is. Just start writing. Get that pencil moving. I liken this to the same thing that we talked about when it came to walking and getting out there and trying that. Before you could speak properly, before you could talk about highbrow subjects, and before you kind of finalized your cadence and your tone and all of these different things that may make you a great speaker today, you worked on it. You used verbs improperly. You had sentence structure that was all messed up, but you kept doing it. You kept talking. You kept talking. You kept listening to other people that were talking and responding to them, and eventually you became a great speaker that you are today. It's the same thing with writing. We just don't do it nearly as much because it's not our primary means of communication. So write more often, and that can start today. Some people talk about a barrier being, or not a barrier, a goal being 2 shitty pages of writing a day, or 1,000 words, or 500 words, or whatever it might be. But just get them out. Once they're out, then you can start worrying about what's good and what's bad and throw away the rest. Get them out. Just start pushing, and that'll also kind of build a habit of just writing for writing's sake, just getting it going. The second tip I heard, and this one I really like, and I've utilized a lot myself, but anytime that you're having a block or you're having a hard time figuring something out, zoom in, get closer. The anecdote that I heard this from was a gentleman that had to write a story about his town and talk to his teacher, and he's like, I've got nothing. I can't come up with anything. I can't think of anything. There's nothing that's occurring to me. Nothing is exciting or anything along those lines. And she said, instead of writing about the town, what I want you to do is I want you to pick out a single brick on the city hall building, and I want you to write about that one brick and how it got there, its life, what it's seen, all those different things. And it just exploded in front of him, and he had a billion different ideas kind of come out of that because he zoomed in. They tell photographers to do the same thing. If you're not seeing something interesting, get closer. I would say the same thing for writers. If you're not seeing something interesting, dive in a little bit deeper and start from there. That should get you enough to at least begin that process. And then once you start writing, once that ball's rolling, you'll find that ideas just sort of flood. Like, as you're writing, keep a pad next to you to write down ideas of other things that you should be writing about, because it'll happen. I promise you. In the span of half an hour of writing, you'll have 10 ideas for the next thing that you want to write. But you have to get that pen moving today. If you have any questions about how to do this, any specifics, I'm not an expert by any stretch. There's probably a billion different people you can find on YouTube, experts, high-level authors. There's master classes out there. Feel free to take those. But if you want to get in touch with me, absolutely. If you have a question or comment, I will get back to you with the best advice I can offer. And now I'm going to get back to writing a little bit. Thanks for watching.